supernatural horror film called Tombad. Be ready for some spoilers ahead. In the beginning of the film, we are introduced to the goddess of prosperity, who has both unlimited food and gold. She also has a son named Hastar, who she loved very much. He tried to steal both the food and gold from the goddess, but is punished by the other gods. Before they can destroy him, however, the goddess saves Hastar, but with one condition: he must forever reside in her womb and never be worshipped again. However, after some time, the people of Tombad began worshipping him once more. The reason being that his existence, even if it angers the gods, can bring the people great fortune. We see a woman in red dress going into a huge mansion. She uses her female assets to satisfy a very old man. She wants the coin on the Hastar statue, which belongs to the man, but he refuses, claiming that she must earn it if she were to acquire it. My thoughts are, what exactly do you think she is doing right now? Joking aside though, back in her home, two brothers, Vinayak and Sadashiv, waits for the woman's return. They're worried about feeding their father's great-grandmother, which apparently is a very dangerous and difficult task. According to their mother, the old woman must be also fed while she's asleep, or else bad things are very sure to happen. With her feeding time coming closer and closer, the older child forces his younger brother to go feed the old woman, but is stopped right in time by his mother. She scolds the boys and does the feeding herself. We get a glimpse of the old woman's feet while the mother cuts her toenail. I can only say that she looked less human and more like a monster. Sometimes later, the old man dies and the mother decides to leave the city. Her elder son wants to stay as he thinks there must be treasure in the old man's castle. But the mother explains that he searched his entire life for such rumored treasure and found nothing. What's worse, he wasted all his ancestral wealth and is left with nothing. The mother also decides to abandon the old woman when they leave, since she is no longer their problem. I guess there is really no loyalty when you date a gold digger. Joking aside though, their plan is put to hold when the younger son falls down from a tree, and the mother is forced to rush him to a doctor. The old woman must be fed by the elder son now, and the mother warns him to call out Hastar's name if something bad happens. The boy, not being very bright, is tricked by the old monster and almost becomes the dinner himself. Luckily, at the last second, he remembered the deity's name and called it out. The old woman falls asleep promptly upon hearing the name. The mother returns and grieves in pain as her younger son did not survive. Although she managed to obtain a single coin from her husband, the elder son is not satisfied. They ultimately left this place, like the mother wanted, but Vinayak is determined to find the real treasure in the city of Tombad. 15 years later, the son, now a man, comes back to the house their family used to live. He finds the old woman, now looking more like a tree has grown out of her, trapped in the room and unable to move. Vinayak demands to know the secrets to the treasure and promises to share half of it with the old woman. However, she did not care about gold at all and simply wanted her suffering to end. The old woman is cursed as a result of trying to acquire the treasures. She cannot die and feels eternal hunger no matter how much she eats. She shares the secret with our protagonist on the condition that he ends her suffering. The man eventually finds the treasure with her guidance deep under the castle through a waterless well. He then delivers his promise by burning the old woman alive. Our main character quickly becomes very wealthy and acquires numerous material possessions he could only dream of in the past. Instead of owing his friend money, now he becomes the loner. Vinayak eventually also acquires a son with his wife and a maid who he gladly turned into his concubine. His friend eventually becomes bankrupt due to the politics of India and becomes desperate to know where Vinayak gets his treasure. He goes to the castle in the hopes of discovering the secrets, but is tricked by Vinayak into climbing down the well unprepared. The inside of the well is truly frightening as the walls pulses like they're alive. A low growling can be heard, and the friend is quickly taken by Hastar after opening a container with a breadman inside. Our main protagonist climbs down a little later, finding his friend merged into the wall and turned into a monster similar to the old woman from before. Clearly, by touching the deity, the person becomes cursed. Although Vinayak is responsible for his friend's predicament, he does not want to see him suffer and burns him out of mercy. Vinayak then demonstrates how to acquire the treasure by spraying a circle made out of flour around himself. He then throws the breadman to distract the deity and spills the pouch filled with gold. He picks up as many gold pieces as possible and climbs out of the well before the monster can touch him. Many years passes and the main character is now full with gray hair. He's no longer a quick climber like before and exhausts himself even during practices. For this reason, he is training his son for the same climb, hoping eventually he can do what his father did. The household has also undergone some changes. The concubine seems to have risen above the wife, and the wife is now serving the family like a maid. Vinayak has also acquired 2 more daughters, presumably with the concubine. We also see that it has been a while since the main character has successfully stolen any gold coins from Hastar, which causes the concubine to complain a great deal. It seems also Vinayak has told his family about the secrets to his wealth, and we can see the wife preparing breadmans for her husband. Vinayak takes his son this time to the well in Tumbad and tries to expose him to the coin stealing process. However, this was only supposed to be a practice run where Hastar was not supposed to show up. He teaches the son to draw a circle made out of flour around them and explains why it repels the deity. Since Hastar only managed to steal the gold from the goddess, he craves food very much. But he is also cursed to never touch raw flour so that he may never steal again. To summon Hastar, they must offer him a breadman, but the father claims that they don't need to worry about this today since it's only practice. Little did he know his son brought down a breadman anyways, and the deity gave both of them a near-death experience. Luckily, both of them made it out alive, and the son even managed to steal some gold coins. However, the father is furious and beats him repeatedly to teach him a lesson. After some tough love, the father actually gave his son a gold coin to reward him for doing such a good job. Little did he know though, the son then tries to use the same coin to seduce his stepmother. You can't really blame him though, since it's probably what most 16-year-olds dream of. This is discovered by his father, of course, and some disciplinary action took place as a result. During their little skirmish, the son boldly suggests that they steal the gold pouch from Hastar instead of just the coins. They can make multiple breadmen, which will buy them enough time. The father is amazed at this suggestion, and they plan to go to Tumbad for the last time, since the pouch itself contains unlimited gold coins. Before they go, however, the father brings the son to a brothel to lose his V-card. I miss the old days when fathers actually did that for their sons. Joking aside though, they arrive inside the well again, and this time they brought numerous breadmen. However, when Hastar shows up, we quickly see that he duplicates himself according to the amount of breadmen that they have brought. The father realizes that they are doomed since it's almost impossible for them to escape now. He devises a plan to lure all the Hastars on top of the flower circle by climbing to the top of the well. The deities then drop one by one, and eventually all are disposed of, clearing the way for his son. Whimpering and crying, his son climbs out of the well, but to his horror, sees his father mutated into a monster. Vinayak then holds out the gold pouch towards his son as he managed to steal it from the deity. However, his son no longer wants it anymore as he sees what his father has become. He calls out Hastar's name to make his father fall asleep and burns him to put him out of his misery. So what do you guys think about the movie? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like my videos, please press like and subscribe for more. I'll see you guys next time.